Hi, Shubman. First of all, welcome to England.
Thank you.
It's one thing coming as a player, but today you're the captain of the Indian cricket team, one of the most coveted posts in the cricketing ecosystem. First question that I would want to ask is, if you had to fast forward a few years and think, this is what I want to achieve, a vision or a mission statement, is there something like that you have, a vision for what you feel this Indian team could achieve?
Apart from all the, I think, silverware and all the trophies aside, I ideally would like to build a culture where everyone is very secure and happy. And I know it can be a very difficult environment, especially with all the competition and all the number of matches that we play, different squads coming in. But if I'm able to do that, I think that would be my goal.
Knowing your father personally, I know he would have been a test cricket lover, if I might say. I'm sure he enjoys watching you play white ball cricket and you're very good at it. There is no doubt. But it would have been a dream as much as it was yours, his as well. So when this news came about, what was the immediate reactions in the Gill family?
Honestly, DK bhai, I don't even think like he dreamt of me being the Indian test captain. Like even myself as well. All I remember when I was young, when I was a kid, I just wanted to play for India and I wanted to perform for India and wanted to win matches. It was like not even in like my dreams I thought, oh, I wanted to be the captain of the Indian cricket team. All my dream was to be able to represent India and perform and win matches for India. So yeah, he called me when the news broke out, I think a couple of days before, but I knew sometime before, but I didn't break it to him because I was like, when it's official, I'll tell him then. But we had a very heartfelt conversations once he got to know that I've been named the captain.
When you were made the captain, I'm sure Ajit Agarkar, the chairman, and Gautam Gambhir must have had certain things that they would have discussed with you. What is the gist of what you heard from them, and when you listened to them, what did you feel were their expectations of you as a leader?
The expectations, I mean, I've had this conversation, I think, numerous times with Gauti bhai and Ajit bhai. They just want me to be able to express myself as a leader, and that's what they have told me. There are no expectations. They are not expecting me to do something that I'm not capable of. So in terms of that, I don't think from them there are any expectations or there is any pressure, but you definitely have some kind of expectations from yourself as a leader and as a player. So those are the expectations that I have from myself, but it's not so much from them.
It's very interesting watching you closely. Last year you took over as Gujarat Titans leader, and it's fair to say that you've had an even better season as a leader, as a player. But you had a very interesting person as your coach, Ashish Nehra. Very hands-on. You can see how animated he is. I'm assuming Gautam Gambhir will be slightly different. So how do you think you would adapt having these two different types of coaches with you?
It'll be very fun. Ashupa is very, like you said, very hands-on, very animated and very expressive in terms of his personality, and your personality kind of reflects on your coaching style as well. So he's very expressive. Whereas Gauti bhai is very determined, very committed, and he's also very clear with his communication, what he wants from the players and what kind of mindset that he would want the players to have. And I think Gauti bhai, he focuses more on the kind of attitude or the mindset that he requires from the team or the players. But I think they're very different personalities, but at the end of the day, you're all working towards a common goal. The paths might be different, but you're trying to reach the same destination.
I'm going to rewind and take you back a little bit. When you were young and as you were coming through the ranks of being a Punjab player, Abhishek Sharma was a captain for you quite a bit. And when you came to the under-19 level, it was Prithvi Shaw. And then you had a bad captain in me at IPL. And then moving further, in your test career, you had Virat Kohli, you had Rohit Sharma. Anything that you've picked up from these leaders that you feel that you enjoyed?
Yes, definitely a lot of things. When I played under Virat bhai, I think his proactiveness in the test matches with the field or with the ideas or with his thinking was something that I liked and that I picked up. That he was very proactive with his thinking. if he thinks that, okay, this plan is not working, he would immediately have another plan, communicate to the bowler that what he wants from them, and can seem like he is not aggressive, but Rohit Bhai is also very aggressive in terms of his tactics. He's tactically he's quite a aggressive captain, and he is someone who is very clear with his communication prior to the matches, during the series, and even after the series, what he wants from the players. And the kind of environment I think Rohit Bhai keeps, like even if Rohit Bhai is swearing at you, you would not take it to your heart.
Correct.
That's just kind of his personality, and I think that's a great trait to have. He's firm, but even if he's being hard on you, you know that it's not coming from his heart. It's coming from a different. It's coming from a team perspective.
You're getting to this series now. The one challenge right at the outset would be the usage of Jasprit Bumrah. He's had his issues, so there is a bit of a mandate, not exactly a mandate, but maybe he needs to play 3 tests. So have you earmarked what those 3 tests could be, or how do you plan to use him?
Depending on how we go about matches, there might be a case where there might be a rain in one of the matches. So I think it's more based on match to match and see how much workload there has been on him, and that's what we are trying to look at. See how much workload has he had in this match, and then moving on from there, we don't want to have a predetermined set. Okay, these are the matches that he would want to play, because there are so many factors that can not go in your favor. That can determine whether he going to play the next match or not.
When you came into the test team in Australia, there was a classical touch to it. You had the likes of a Rahane, a Pujara, a calming influence, so to say. But today it's a very young and a vibrant team. How does it feel for you today to be part of this team vis-a-vis a few years ago?
Very exciting. The average age when I came in was, I think, about 34, 35. Now it's about 26.
You're making me feel very old, but yeah.
Now it's about 26, 27. So many young players, so many exciting players. And I think the most exciting part about having so many young players is you can kind of mold the team or the culture, or drive the culture in a way where you would want the Indian cricket team culture to be. And this is a conversation that I've also had with Rohit Bhai a couple of times, that ideally in the next 5, 7 or 10 or 15 years, where would we want the Indian, our culture, the Indian cricket team culture to be? And like you said, having a young team, I think it's relatively easy to be able to do that.
So the last Ashes that took place, the one thing that was very evident with Pat Cummins, the captain, is he started off with a deep point and a deep square leg, saying, I'm going to make it very hard for you to hit boundaries. This is something we use in Ranji Trophy quite a bit. Do you think that is the kind of strategy you would use as a captain as well? I know it changes as the game evolves and you adapt to the pitch. But at the start, do you feel that the one thing that I don't want to give away easy is too many boundaries to these English batters, because they do play an aggressive brand of cricket? Is that something that's crossed your mind?
It has, but I don't want to have a preconceived notion of how I would want to go about things. There might be a case, they can come out playing aggressive cricket and can lose a few wickets. So I don't want to have a pre-planned field or something that has not happened, and I'm trying to do something that has not happened yet. We played against them in India, and I think that was one of the best series that I've played in my life, when England came to India. A 5-test match series, and some of the senior players were not available, and I quite enjoyed playing with that young bunch of players. And I think it was a hard series. Not every match that we won was an easy game. I think in every match, up until the first innings, the things were quite balanced, but we found a way to be able to get through the tough phases and to be able to win on matches.
That's absolutely right, because I think that series, it was a lot closer than what it looked on paper. And in this current team, you have a few senior players who've been around for a certain amount of matches, say around 50, like likes of KL Rahul, Ravindra Jadeja, Jasprit Bumrah. How is your relationship with them, and what do you expect from them actually?
I mean, from players like KL Rahul, Jaddubai and Mumbai, I honestly don't really have any kind of set expectations from them. They have come here, they have all played more than maybe 10, 15 test matches there in England. And they know what can or cannot be here, and they are sharing their experience of, you know, how you can win test matches in England. And the first time I think KL came, or Mumbai came in 2018, like even that test series was much closer than what it looked like on paper. And then even the next time that we played in England, we drew the series 2-2, but the confidence that we have from the previous two series, I think it's very important to be able to take that confidence into that series, because I personally feel that we had two very good series. We might have not won those series, but there were a lot of positives that we took from that series.
Observing you from afar in the current last couple of seasons when you led Gujarat Titans, the one thing is the kind of relationship you forge with some of the young boys. Like, for example, Sai Sudarshan. It just feels like you all have hit it off really well. And so is the relationship with Siraj. It just felt like there's something personal about it. So how do you see those kind of relationships helping you on the field?
Helps massively. With Siraj, we made our test debut together. We almost made our one-day debut. He made one match prior to mine. We almost made our one-day debut together, and we played so many matches of India together. So having that bond with him and knowing what he's capable of, and like I said, keeping a secure environment and making the player feel secure in his abilities and his capabilities, I feel is one of the most important things that a leader has to do. And having these kind of relationships, I think, help a lot.
And if you do look at the England team, it is pretty obvious that just like the current Indian team, they have a very young bowling attack. Is there something that you've looked at? Like, for example, like if you put pressure on a Bashir, then they might have to bring back their pacers again, which in turn would probably put them under a little bit of pressure. Is that some kind of talk, or is there some kind of talk happening along that lines as well?
Not really. Our batting order is relatively inexperienced, and their bowling attack is relatively inexperienced. So I think there's a good balance there.
Okay.
And we want to play each game or each session as it is. We don't want to, or maybe we might feel, you know, when we are batting on the day, okay, like this certain bowler is bowling well. It might be Bashir who's bowling well on that day, and we might feel like, okay, we might not need to take too many risks against him. So it's all about what's happening in that situation or in that condition is what we are looking at.
2007, the last time India beat England in England. I don't know if you're aware of this, but coming into this England series, is that something that just went through your mind a bit?
Honestly, not really.
Okay.
I looked at the previous couple of series because that's relatively more
Relevant.
Yeah, more relevant, more closer to how we are going to play or to how the England team plays, and that's what I looked at.
It's fair to say that the one thing that will be spoken about a lot, and I don't expect you to give the whole batting order, but being one of the most important players, captain of the team, have you earmarked where your spot is going to be in the series at the start?
Not really. I think we are playing a practice game, a warm-up game. So I'm going to maybe test the waters in that one and see which batting position suits for who.
All the very best, Shubman. It's going to be a very interesting series. A young captain, all of India is going to be watching. The one thing that I've heard Rahul Dravid say is, whenever you come to England, the world of cricket watches you because it's the summer, not much cricket happens. So I think it's going to be a very exciting series. All the very best. You have a bright future as a captain, but even more important times for Indian cricket. All
Thank
the
you.
best.